And a Panthers fan is now under arrest after he was caught on camera sucker punching a man at the recent California Panthers game against the Eagles. Kyle McGarry was arrested in connection to the incident. The 62-year-old victim was treated for his injuries by paramedics. Okay, looking live over downtown Columbia right now. Seems to be a really picture-perfect day at the capital city. Let's go ahead and get right on over to meteorologist Vaughn Gaskin for a quick check on your first alert forecast.
All right, I have the forecast, and hopefully it's one that you'll like. You may not like this morning because we're still dealing with the clouds and the fog. It's pretty dreary outside. Great for the runners, of course, at the famously hot Pink Half Marathon that's going on now, but not so great if you kind of have some things you want to do outside. You need to get some errands run today. We do have some mist and drizzle in place for some of you, but temperatures are holding steady in the 60s, and this is somewhat cooler than it was yesterday at this time. The visibility has certainly improved. We're up to 10 miles now through Lexington, Irmo, and Blythewood. Camden, you're at 8 miles, but it's going to improve for you. 6 miles for you in Columbia with 66-degree temperature on the board. And yeah, those clouds are hanging tough for you. And so it's hit or miss according to where you are. If you're in Sumter, you're seeing great conditions. Lee County, sunshine for you over into Clarendon County, but then you're dealing with at least one big swath of cloud cover through parts of Richland and Lexington County. Temperatures will reflect those clouds as well. So the areas that have the clouds, you're more than likely going to end up with the lower temperatures by the afternoon. If you have more sunshine, as you can imagine, temperatures will warm up a bit more. It's about 8 degrees cooler today than it was yesterday at this time. That's the story in Lexington and Columbia. You're about 4 degrees cooler now in Newberry and Winsboro, 6 degrees cooler Saluda, and 2 degrees cooler in Chester and in Lancaster. Going out to the state fair today, well, we're eventually going to see some sunshine, a mixture of sun and clouds. We're expecting a daytime high of 84 degrees. Certainly not bad and warmer than it was yesterday. You may have noticed that yesterday we settled with a daytime high in the 70s, and really that's where we should be for this time of year. We're supposed to be in the 70s. Today we'll do better at 84, so it should be pretty nice once we get that sunshine to break out for everyone.
Looking good.
You guys may have noticed this new smiling face here, Paul Rivera. Vaughn, I think he came just in time, missed all those hot temperatures.
I know.
I got a little bit of it, just a little bit.
Just a smidge, you got a skosh. So, Paul, tell us where you're from.
All right, I am from southeast Louisiana, so I'm used to those temperatures.
Good
Little
stuff.
town right above New Orleans called Slidell. It's about 20 minutes north, and I worked in Tyler, Texas for just over 2 years before I got here. It's a city in East Texas, so glad to be here. Glad to be waking up with you guys this morning.
Good stuff.
We are glad to have you. And you'll see Paul's face frequently now on the weekend mornings as he anchors this show alongside Vaughn. He'll be reporting on Sunrise 3 days a week. We had you out at the fair yesterday. What'd you think? You had some food, fair food out there.
I thought it was good. We had some pizza. It was delicious. I had to take a minute to let it cool down because I ate it on live television. It was a little hot. Still can't feel my tongue, but it was good.
Yes.
It
You
was
burned
good.
the roof of your mouth.
I do that with everything I eat, especially out there.
I had to go. I had to eat it, but hey,
That's the worst. It takes a while though to gain, taste buds back, right? Well, we are certainly glad you're here. And if you're just joining us, we talked a little bit last half hour about your family. Your family in Puerto Rico, and they're still recovering after Maria.
They're recovering. I mean, it's just one of those things that people didn't think it was going to be as bad until it actually happened. And communication on that island still trying to get back into the swing of things. They had cell phone service knocked out, and I couldn't get in touch with my family for 8 days. But I found out they're okay, and they're trying to get through everything. Long recovery ahead, but that's something they're dealing with. So yeah, that's my family. They're doing fairly okay.
We're glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
And we are glad to have you here with us, Paul. So help us welcome him on Facebook, on Twitter. Certainly glad to have you in our area, Paul.
Thank you, Mary.
Talking about recovery in certain areas, going now to the California wildfires, where at least 36 people have been killed in the deadliest wildfires to ever hit the state of California, many of them elderly and disabled residents. One woman died after she was in her pool, and she and her husband of more than 50 years became trapped while trying to escape. Hundreds of people still missing this morning. Some of the fires that have scorched more than 220,000 acres are finally starting to get under containment, thanks in large part to reinforcement from other states. But authorities are stressing this morning that it's not over yet.
Moving now to politics, the first poll shows Governor Henry McMaster leading above other candidates for governor in 2018 among Republican voters. Hundreds of people registered to vote, say they're likely to cast ballots in the June GOP primary, and they took the survey this week. Our Ashley Holland has that breakdown.
The political firm South Carolina Public Affairs polled 633 registered South Carolina voters, and of those polled, 32.6% said they are likely to vote in the June GOP primary and would cast their vote for Henry McMaster. Here's how the results tally. After that 32.6% for McMaster, another 7.3% say they'd vote for candidate Catherine Templeton, 5.2% say they'd vote for Kevin Bryant, and 5% say Yancey McGill. But there's still 49.9% undecided or for another candidate. It could be good news for McMaster's challengers if those who say they are undecided or for another candidate do get out to vote, but a lot could happen between now and then.
If McMaster is successful in getting the nuclear plant started again and bringing back thousands of jobs, that's a huge plus for him. If he brings in more companies and more revenue, holds the line on taxes, that's a big plus in the Republican primary. If his opponents can criticize him effectively and raise money to get their message out and get their name out there, that could change. There are folks who are raising money.
The survey also asks if the likely voters approve of President Donald Trump, and 57.2% of them indicated they do, 35.1% don't, and 7.7% are undecided. So Malarick believes that President Trump's visit to Greenville to campaign for McMaster next week will really only help the governor in the polls. Reporting from the State House, I'm Ashley Holland.
All right, thank you, Ashley. Let's talk about President Trump's visit to Greenville next week. The president will be there for Governor McMaster's 2018 campaign rally. The fundraiser is actually going to start at 6:30 at night. The governor was the first ranking politician in our state to support Trump when he announced his candidacy for president. We have more on the president's visit to the Carolinas on our website right now, WISTV.com. Nice weather we've all been waiting for around the capital city today. Von Gaskin has your look at your forecast as well as that live look as the South Carolina State Fair gates opening in just a little bit over an hour. Stay with us.
So there will be an improvement to the forecast. You just got to wait a little bit. So we have some clouds out there. It's pretty dreary and it is a little misty in some spots. We will see a little sunshine breaking out by the afternoon. We're talking a mixture of sun and clouds for you. We will see daytime highs getting up to about 84 degrees. And now by the time we get to 7 o'clock, we're going to do it all over again as the numbers start to come down at 78 degrees. I do believe we're going to see mainly clear skies after we finally see the sunshine breaking out, and that'll hold us right through the night, and then even clear skies waking up tomorrow morning. If you're looking for the breakdown in terms of your rainfall, we won't have rain in the forecast for your Sunday or for this afternoon. The next best chance for rain will move in on your Monday. That's going to give us a 50% chance of scattered showers. A front is going to move through. That's going to bring in the cooler and the drier air that we've really been longing for to enjoy the fall season. We will see drier conditions heading through your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So this is the way things play out on our future radar. Today, no major problems. Tomorrow morning, clear skies, but we will still have some pockets of fog out there. As we go through your Sunday afternoon, we'll continue to see decent conditions, clear skies. We'll see a front starting to get closer. So this is about 8 o'clock on Sunday night. Notice we start to see the front moving in. It brings us clouds and showers. Notice this is about 2:30, 3 o'clock on your Monday morning. It spreads out, so giving us an ample opportunity to see those scattered showers, and that rakes through by your Monday afternoon and evening, and then the cooler air moves in into your Tuesday, and we should be able to enjoy it for the rest of the work week. So we'll be in the 80s for today and tomorrow. We will see the fog getting out of here, partly cloudy for you tomorrow, and then the 70s moving forward. Mary?
All right, thank you so much, Vaughn. Well, as the weather starts to cool off, it's a great time to hit the green, and even better when it's for a good cause. Next week, Putting for Palmetto Place will bring those two things together, and joining us with more on this is Jill Lawson, Executive Director of Palmetto Place Children's Shelter. Good morning to you, Jill.
Good morning, Mary. Thank you for having us.
We are glad to have you. I want to talk about this. Obviously, it's such an asset, such an incredible resource in our community. Let's start with why you guys have this particular tournament, what those funds do for Palmetto Place.
Absolutely. So Palmetto Place is a home to 55 children in foster care, as well as homeless teens in our unaccompanied youth program, and we provide housing, support services, mental health services. The goal is for them, when they leave Palmetto Place, to become independent and be fully healed as much as possible. And so this event really allows for us to provide those services to our kids.
So how can people get involved? There's two ways actually for this
Absolutely,
particular
yes.
event. So go ahead.
Yeah, so the fun starts on Thursday, October 19th. It's at City Market in the Vista. That's our putting party. It starts at 6 p.m. We'll have catering by Chef Jason Bruner at 1801 Grill. We'll have incredible silent auction items that the community can come in and bid on. We'll have live entertainment by Not Even Brothers Band and an open bar. So it's exciting. We're excited for this party. And then the fun continues on Monday, October 23rd at Golden Hills Country Club in Lexington with a noon shotgun start for our golfers. Before that, we'll have lunch, a Bloody Mary bar. We'll have prizes throughout the day, and a hole-in-one gets you a 2018 Range Rover Velar.
Oh my goodness.
So, exactly.
No reason not to go out.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's going to be two great events for one incredible cause.
Well, and when you talk about that cause, as we wrap up, you get to see these kids every day. How important is this resource in our community?
I cannot express how important it is. The Midlands does a great job in combating the homeless population within the teen ages, and so this event really allows for us to expand our programs and to be able to provide more services for those homeless youth within the Midlands.
Jill Lawson, thank you so much for all you're doing
Thank
at
you.
Palmetto Place Children's Shelter. We've got that info for you. Again, that pre-party she was talking about next Thursday night from 6 to 9 at City Market Vista, and then the golf tournament on Monday the 23rd, putting that information on your screen as well. Golden Hills Country Club will link you to all the info on the Big Red 10. Lots happening next week, but Paul, lots happening today as well.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Mary. Happening today, October is Domestic Violence Awareness, and some local bakeries are throwing their support behind the cause. Starting today, proceeds from Purple cupcakes sold at Sweet Temptations Main Street and Main Street bakeries will benefit Sister Care. This is going to run through next Saturday. Purple is the color for domestic violence awareness, and Sister Care provides services to advocate for domestic violence survivors and their children. And for the 69th year, the Trinity Episcopal Cathedral in downtown Columbia will hold its annual bazaar. From a kids' carnival to live music, bazaar goers will get to shop from a host of vendors, and purchases will benefit 5 different charities. This is going to last from 10 until 2 p.m. at Trinity at 1100 Sumter Street. And just ahead, how safe is your child when they are in their car seats? A bigger question seems to be, is the seat installed correctly to keep them safe? We'll take a closer look at how many parents today are installing car seats the wrong way and the danger it may cause for your children. An important warning now about how to keep your children safe in their car seats. Turns out that most of us think we're buckling our children in properly.
But sadly to say, the reality is we're not installing them correctly and potentially putting kids in danger. NBC's Jeff Rossen shows us how to do it correctly.
This mom is making a dangerous mistake.
I thought I was doing it right.
This one too.
It should actually be attached behind the seat.
And they have no idea. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, more than half of all car seats are installed incorrectly, and it can be the difference between life and death. Take a look at this crash test video. This is the version where it's installed wrong, and now installed right. And here's the thing, with car seats, one little thing can mean everything, and so many of us are making the same mistakes. They are common mistakes. So today, we've set up a big car seat spot checkpoint. You can see the sign right here, and we have cars lined up, parents who want to find out what they're doing wrong, if anything. We are going to show them and you the right way to do it. In the next 2 minutes, you're going to know how to keep your kids safe, and it's easy.
We tighten it and we try to see where we get the best fit.
On hand to help,
This is nice and tight.
Lori Walker from Safe Kids. Right away, this mom pulls in with her 2-month-old, and our expert finds a big problem. The straps are too loose.
We do what's called the pinch test, and if you can grab some of the webbing, it's much too loose.
Which you can easily do here. And you were saying these are too low.
Yeah, these need to be up around the shoulder.
Okay, we'll move these up. Okay, I'm sorry. We're going to keep that pacifier. We're going to move these up around your shoulders. And then we're going to tighten this up like this, right?
Yeah.
Much better. Mom watching and reacting.
As a mother, you want to take care of your child. You want to make sure they're safe. And that wasn't the case with my car seat.
But our expert isn't done yet. And you were saying this
Needs
strap
to come up to the armpit level.
up to the armpit. So
Yeah.
now we move those to the shoulders. This is at the armpit. And we're nice and tight. You cannot pull any webbing here.
We can't pinch.
You're good now. You're safe. She doesn't seem thrilled. When we check this mom's car, another biggie. The car seat is too loose. So what's the test on this? How do you know when it's too much?
Well, we call it the inch test. If it's moving more than 1 inch side to side or front to back, we know that we now have a seat that's too loose.
So you just tighten it up?
Yep, and pulling pull straight up.
Got it, pulling straight, so pull straight up. Now it's feeling really tight.
Yeah, no inch.
You can't move it. But we find the biggest problems, yes, problems, in this next car. The tether isn't attached.
And this is the strap on the car seat that holds it to the back of the vehicle seat.
And you just found on this one, it's just sort of laying here off to the side.
Yeah.
So what should it look like? What should it be?
Well, it should go through the head restraint, right through here.
Put it through here.
Yep. And there's a hook on the back that accepts it.
Okay, let me run back there. Come with me. So you're saying every car has one of these that has one of the newer cars? Okay.
Yeah. So
come
you're
back here. Take a look at this. You see this little hook right here? You hook it in like that, and then I'm going to tighten this up. All right. Very tight now, and you can already feel here it's much more secure. And that's not all. The car seat is loose and her straps too.
In a crash, she'd be rolling around pretty much inside the seat.
We fix everything right up.
Thank you so much.
Of course, our pleasure. Life-saving tips to protect your kids. We learned something today.
Absolutely. Thank you for helping.
Our pleasure. We're getting it done.
Great.
Baby safe now.
Car seat spot check events are happening all across the country, but if you can't make it to one of them, NBC has a step-by-step guide on how to install your child's car seat.
We've had lots of those events here in the Midlands as well. Always great reminders.